ગુજરાત.
નમસ્તે દર્શક મિત્રો, આજનો આપણો પ્રોગ્રામ ઇંગ્લિશ એમ્પાવરમેન્ટ ટ્રેનિંગ ફોર કોલેજ સ્ટુડન્ટના પ્રોગ્રામમાં હું હેતલ ત્રિવેદી આપ સૌનું હાર્દિક સ્વાગત કરું છું. મિત્રો, આપણે આજનો જે પ્રોગ્રામ અત્યાર સુધી સ્ટાર્ટ કર્યો એનો આજે આપણો 20મો દિવસ છે. તો આપણે રોજ નવું ઇંગ્લિશ લેંગ્વેજને લઈને શીખતા રહીએ છીએ, નવા અલગ અલગ ટોપિક શીખતા રહીએ છીએ. તો આજનો આપણો ટોપિક બહુ જ મસ્ત મજાનો છે, કોમ્યુનિકેશન સ્કિલ ઉપર. તો જેમ આપણે જાણીએ છીએ એમ કોમ્યુનિકેશન સ્કિલ એ આપણી લાઈફમાં, પર્સનલ લાઈફ, પ્રોફેશનલ લાઈફમાં કેટલું ઇમ્પોર્ટન્સ ધરાવે છે, બરાબર? તો પહેલાં આપણે જાણીશું કે વોટ ઇઝ કોમ્યુનિકેશન. સો એઝ વી નો ધેટ ધ કોમ્યુનિકેશન ઇઝ ધ પ્રોસેસ ઓફ પાસિંગ વન ઇન્ફોર્મેશન ફ્રોમ વન પર્સન ટુ અનધર પર્સન વિથ ધ એડ ઓફ સમ મીડિયમ, ધેટ ઇઝ કોલ્ડ ધી કોમ્યુનિકેશન. સો કમ્યુનિકેશનના વિશે આજે આપણે વધારે ડિટેલમાં જાણીશું. જેના માટે આજે આપણી જોડે સ્ટુડિયોમાં હાજર છે પ્રીતિ મેમ નખટ, ડૉક્ટર પ્રીતિ મેમ નખટ. જે એમના વિશે હું તમને વધારે પરિચય આપું તો મેડમ 2018થી આપણા ફિનિશિંગ સ્કૂલમાં એમપેનલ ટ્રેનર છે. આ ઉપરાંત મેડમ એ આસિસ્ટન્ટ પ્રોફેસર છે કર્ણાવતી યુનિવર્સિટીમાં. મેડમ આ ફિલ્ડમાં 14 વર્ષથી કાર્યરત છે, જેમને ટીચિંગ અને ટ્રેનિંગનો એક્સપિરિયન્સ બહુ સારો એવો મેડમ ધરાવે છે. વધારે કહું તો મેડમ IELTS, GRE, સેટ જેવી એક્ઝામિનેશનમાં એઝ અ વર્બલ ટ્રેનર તરીકે પણ કાર્યરત છે. તો મેડમ આજે આપણને ઘણું બધું કોમ્યુનિકેશન વિશે ડિટેલમાં ભણાવશે કે કોમ્યુનિકેશન શું છે, ઇફેક્ટિવ કોમ્યુનિકેશન આપણે કેવી રીતે બિલ્ડ કરવું જોઈએ આપણી લાઈફમાં, એનો આગળ આપણે કેવી રીતે યુટિલાઇઝેશન કરી શકીશું લાઈફમાં. તો એ બધું મેડમ આજે આપણને ભણાવશે. તો સો ટુડે વી વિલ લર્ન ધેટ the difference between the communication and effective communication. Also we will learn the role of effective communication in our organization and also in our personal life too. તો બસ હવે હું પ્રીતિ મેમને વિનંતી કરીશ કે આજે આપનું સેશન કન્ડક્ટ કરે. ઓવર ટુ પ્રીતિ મેમ.
Thank you, Hetal ma'am. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I welcome you all to this series of lectures on English empowerment training. As Hetal ma'am just said, the topic for the day is communication skills. So let's get started. I hope you're all excited. Students, are you? Give a thumbs up if you're excited. Fine. With this, we move ahead. सो कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स, पहले हम ये जानते हैं कि कम्युनिकेशन होता क्या है और फिर हम आगे बढ़ेंगे कम्युनिकेशन कैसा करना चाहिए उसे जानने के लिए. सो जैसे कि आपको दिख रहा होगा LNS, लैंग्वेज एंड स्पीच एस्पेक्ट्स. कैन यू सी ऑन द स्क्रीन दैट ऑन द लेफ्ट साइड somebody is listening, whereas on the right side somebody is speaking. Yes, there are two persons involved in this, one who is listening and other who is speaking. Communication, as seen in this picture, it's a two-way process. Somebody says, somebody sends a message, someone speaks, and the other person listens to the speaker, understands, comprehends, and reverts or gives answer or reply to the speaker. So, this picture specifically describes that listening is very important skill in communication. सुनना बहुत ही ज़्यादा, अच्छे से सुनना बहुत ज़्यादा आवश्यक है. I would like to ask you all the difference between hearing and listening. Do you know what is the difference between the two? Hearing और listening, इन दोनों में क्या difference है? जब कोई कुछ बोलता है हम सिर्फ उसे सुनते हैं, हमें पता है कि कोई कुछ बोल रहा है, but perhaps we are doing something else. We are not very attentive when the person says. If we are in that zone, then we are hearing to the person. But If we are listening to the speaker, that means we are trying to understand each and everything that the person says. We comprehend what the speaker is saying, and after listening, once we comprehend, we try and revert. So, friends, let me tell you, it's very, very important that we listen to people and not just hear. Listening is an art. Skilled listener or a patient listener, I would say, is a very good speaker. That is a saying that one who speaks well, of course, is a good listener. So, as the slide shows, listening and speaking, both these things are very important in this process of communication, right? So you decide for yourself. आप डिसाइड कीजिए कि क्या आप बहुत ही पेशेंट और अच्छे लिसनर हैं. अगर आप पेशेंट लिसनर हैं तो आप इफेक्टिवली बोल पाएंगे बिल्कुल. So this was just to give you idea on what communication is. हम आगे बढ़ते हैं और समझते हैं communication है क्या. So our communication, we have understood that it is a two-way process, someone who speaks and someone who listens. Now, let's see what a communication involves. Verbal messages, as you can see on the screen. Verbal मतलब बोलकर, the words we choose, जो हम बोलते हैं, of course वो part of communication है, क्योंकि हम अपने मन से, दिल से सोच कर, समझ कर बोलते हैं कुछ. तो verbal message means एक तरफ से दूसरे तरफ कुछ बोलकर बताना. That's called verbal message, part of communication very much. सिर्फ वो ही नहीं, हम क्या बोलते हैं वो तो है ही communication. उसके साथ और क्या important है हम ये जानेंगे. तो verbal messages में जैसे आपने देखा, हम जब भी कुछ बोलते हैं, इट्स वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि हम इफेक्टिवली बोलें, हम सोच कर समझ कर बोलें, क्योंकि हमारे वर्ड्स का इम्पैक्ट अदर पर्सन पे होने वाला है. हम जो बोलेंगे वो ही सामने वाला इंसान सुनने वाला है, वो ही वो समझेगा. सो वी नीड टू मेक श्योर दैट वी यूज द वर्ड्स impactful. We need to make sure that we use the words clearly. We need to be wise and choose the words when we want to communicate, when we want to pass on the message. So that's point number 1, verbal messages. Let's move ahead and see what's point number 2. Paraverbal messages. Well, students, the words that we choose are known as verbal messages, but I feel it is more important on how we say the words. You know, more than just choosing the words, how it's presented. There is a very well-known saying that it matters how you say more than what you say. आप क्या बोलते हो उससे ज़्यादा it's important on how you say that. So when I say how you say, that means your body language, your tone, your eye contact, your hand gestures and postures, your pitch, when you need to be loud, when you need to be slow, all of that makes a difference to the way we speak and communicate. I would like to give an example here and share something that if there are two students and both the students are given same speech, same content, a speech is prepared and given to the students. Let me tell you, both these students will, of course, because they are different persons, they have different para-verbal messages to give, so they will both speak differently. And the way they speak may have a very different impact on the audience. I would like to give you examples here and explain. So, example, the sentence is, "Hi, good evening everybody. My name is Preeti and today we are going to talk about communication skills." ये एक सेंटेंस, इसको पैरावर्बली हम कैसे अलग कर सकते हैं, अलग हो सकता है, ये हम समझते हैं. एक तो ऐसा, हेलो एवरीवन, गुड इवनिंग, माय नेम इज प्रीति नखत एंड टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. एक ये पैरावर्बल मैसेज हुआ. कोई और तरीका है तो, गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन, माय नेम इज प्रीति नखत एंड टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स. ये कितना फास्ट था, क्या आपने नोटिस किया? इमेजिन अगर मैं पूरा लेक्चर इसी तरह से इतना फास्ट बोलूं तो क्या आप समझ पाएंगे? सो इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट दैट sentence same tha. The sentence was absolutely same when I even said the first time, but the way I communicated made a difference. The third could be, good evening, everyone. My name is Preeti Nakhat, and today we are going to learn communication skills. Slow. Did you get it? It was so slow. Well, same sentence, but the way it was spoken was very slow. Doesn't work. So the best way could be just simply saying that, hi everyone, like that, the way I just said. Hi everyone, I'm Preeti, and today we're going to talk about communication skills. Well, now, so paraverbal messages are the way we give, the way we use our pitch, the way we use our tone, the way we stress on certain words. For example, communication skill इस sentence में important है. So, बाकी सब चीज़ें हम subtle same रखें, but जब मुझे communication skills बोलना है तो मैं अपना tone, the pitch, I can, bring it a little above. Hi, rise the tone. Good evening, everyone. Today we're going to talk about communication skills. So you need to press or stress on the word. So that is known as paraverbal message. So verbal messages means choosing words wisely is important, but paraverbal messages are more important because that's when you decide how you want to present the content. It's a very important part of communication. We all need to know how we use these paraverbal messages and how do we pass on what we want to pass. Well, moving ahead, the next is non-verbal messages, our body language. So the tone, the pitch, your voice, accent, all that is important in paraverbal messages, but non-verbal means the body language, the way you look, the way you've dressed up, your hand gestures, your eye contact, your facial expression, everything again is important in communication. In fact, friends, non-verbal messages are I would personally say, most important in communication. Through non-verbal messages, you give clear signal on what you want to convey. We will look at non-verbal messages in detail in the next slide, but this was just to introduce you to what communication is. Before I move on to the next slide, I would like to share and explain you the difference between communication and interaction. आपने ये दोनों words सुने ही होंगे, communication and interaction, right? What is the difference? Tell me. Well, communication is a two-way process. You send a message, so this person X sends a message, speaks something or delivers, and the Y person receives. That's communication. Whereas interaction is, of course, when two or more people are involved, but in interaction it's more about influencing the person. आप अपने speech से किसी को प्रभाव करते, that's one of the core factors of interaction. When you interact with the other, means you try and influence. Your speech is influential when you interact, whereas when you communicate, it's like a give and take, giving, sending messages and receiving messages. So there is a difference between communication and interaction, although both of them are interlinked and connected. Communication is a part of interaction. So with this, on this note, I would like to move ahead on the next slide. And the slide is non-verbal communication, body language, जिसकी हम बात कर रहे थे. I'm sure आप सबको पता होगा. See, you can look at the image और आपको ये पता ही होगा कि इसमें से काफ़ी चीज़ें ऐसी हैं जो बिना कुछ कहे, without verbal messages, clear communicate कर पाते हैं हम. मतलब बिना कुछ बोले, not even using a single word, we pass on a clear message to people. Like posture. अब आप देखें कि the way I'm sitting, like this posture, एकदम relaxed. What impression does it gives? एकदम the chair that you're sitting in or on the sofa, you just lie down, relax, एकदम लेट कर अगर आप बैठे हो, so that posture is called right hand side पे आपको जो दिख रहा है top most slouching. That is giving a clear message to the people that you are in a relaxing mode. You are not in the mode to understand study. So you're not in the mood. You're not in the mood to work right now because you are just very tired. You want to relax. That's posture. So हम कैसे बैठते हैं, कैसे खड़े रहते हैं, कैसे मूव करते हैं, all that has a huge impact on the way we communicate. Well, at the topmost, so in the topmost circle, you can see ways of talking, pauses. Well, non-verbally, of course, it's important that we take pauses, stress on words. कहाँ पे comma, अल्प विराम कहाँ लेना है वो हमें पता होना चाहिए. Where to add a full stop, where to speak, where not to speak. Even that's a part of communication, and we all need to take care of that. Moving on to the third, right hand side, second, appearance. I'm sure आप सबको पता होगा first impression is the last impression. सभी ने सुना है. क्या आपने ऐसा भी सुना है that in the first 30 seconds of meeting somebody we form an impression. हम किसी को जब मिलते हैं, strangers, someone we meet for the very first time. In the first 30 seconds, we make an impression of the person. How do we make an impression of the person? The first impression is the last impression, right? So, the way the person has dressed, if the person is wearing branded clothes, then we form an impression of the person that this person is very rich, maybe, or he is very hi-fi, or he is very brand conscious. Similarly, if the person is very shabbily dressed, एकदम untidily, गंदा सा अगर dressed है, loose shirt, not not tucked, etc., not polished shoes, not hasn't combed hair, then what impression do we form? We form an impression in our mind that he is not a very like very sophisticated person. We form an impression. So by the way the person looks, we form an impression of the person. So it is important that we know how to dress appropriately. सही तरीके से कहाँ कैसे ड्रेस करना ये सबको पता होना चाहिए. It's very very important. So friends, the next time you go to a party, dress up jazzily, dress up glittery, look very bold and colorful. But if you're going to a funeral, अगर आप कभी किसी के बैठने में जा रहे हो, तो of course we don't wear makeup, we wear simple light color clothes and simple hairstyle, etc. So you need to decide if you're going for an interview. I'm talking to students right now. So अगर आप कोई interview के लिए जा रहे हैं, so you need to make sure that you're absolutely formally dressed. Shirt, pants, tie, shoes, hairstyle. If you're boys, then beard, mustache, etc. If you're girls, you can wear Indian outfits or you can wear Western outfits. I mean, Indian formals or Western formals, both are allowed in interviews in our country, India. But you need to make sure that you don't wear a very dark color lipstick, like, a black color or a dark green color lipstick. You should not be wearing when you're going for an interview. But if you're going for a club or night party, you can certainly wear that. So, in communication, how you dress up, what you wear also plays an important role. Because that gives an impression on how you are or who you are as a person. Well, so make sure about it the next time you head out. The third point on the right hand side, head movements, nodding, yes. Non-verbal communication. Imagine I don't speak anything. मैं कुछ नहीं बोलूँ अभी, सिर्फ अपना head, जैसे मैं अभी nod कर रही हूँ, ऐसा करूँ. So that will also give you an impression. I mean, अगर आप ऊपर नीचे कर रहे हो अपने head को, that means you are saying yes. अगर आप left right कर रहे हो अपने head को, that means you are giving an impression कि आप interested नहीं हो, right? So body language gives clear signal to people on, you know, what you want to convey. If you are just moving your head left and right, that also shows that you are not interested in the topic. Just moving it left and right and left, something like this. If someone is speaking and if you keep doing like this, this gives an impression to the speaker that you are not interested to listen to what the person is saying. So body language, without even saying anything, मैं ऐसा नहीं बोल रही सामने वाले को कि I'm not interested, but this gesture itself, says that I am tired and I am not very keen on listening to the speaker. So, you know, again, talking about body language, it makes an impact. Moving on in the same, so students, we are moving anti-clockwise. So head movement के नीचे ही, right hand side the last one, hand movement, waving. Yes, again this is one signal of non-verbal communication. आप सिर्फ अपने hand से ही you can show the excitement. Example ले लेते हैं, आपको समझ आएगा कि अगर कोई बहुत दूर है और आप ऐसे दूर से hi, if you do this hand movement, that shows you are excited about meeting the person. That shows, when you say, that shows you're, you know, happy to receive someone. If there are guests at home, you are very much happy to have them home. So these are, and if you like just do this hand, we're talking about hand movements, and you're like, so if you keep like this, if you're sitting like this, then this is a signal that, you know, you're it's close-fisted, means you're not very open to listen to what others are saying. If you're like this, hand movements, it's a clear indication, like one of the indications that you are reserved, or you do not want to listen, or you do not want to accept. You're ready to listen but do not want to accept what the other person is saying. This is a sign of close-fisted, I mean, perhaps a negative body language. Whereas also, I mean, sometimes it is also when you feel cold, we do like this seasonally. But body language gives a sign, a signal on how you're feeling as a person. So please make sure that you know what kind of, in an interview, if you are sitting for an interview and if the interviewer asking something and you're like this is giving a signal to the interviewer that this person is not very ready to accept what you're saying. So yes, so we should ideally, in a formal situation, we should never do like this until it's very, very cold and you are shivering. That's a different story. Well, now we will move on the left hand side of the slide. Sound, laughing. Again, this is a non-verbal communication. Sounds, example, laughing. So, you know, the way you just give a signal by laughing, like if you laugh loudly, ha, 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 like that. Or whether it's like, something of that. So, if you grin or if you laugh, when someone is saying, that gives a signal how much are you involved in the communication. It also gives a sign to the other person that you're enjoying talking to the person. You are participative in the entire conversation. So through your smile, grins, laugh, you can communicate without saying anything, without using the verbal messages. I hope you are getting all of it. I hope you, if there is any query, students, please feel free to put them on the chat box. If you have any comment, please आप अपने chat box पे लिख सकते हैं. और आप ये भी लिख के प्लीज़ मुझे बताएं कि आप इनमें से कौन सी चीज़ें यूज़ करते हो बहुत ज़्यादा. Let me move on to the next point. Left hand side में जो second है, closeness, invading someone's personal space. Oh my God, ये I think हर इंसान को ध्यान रखना चाहिए. This is a very important part of non-verbal communication, that you know you do not invade someone's space. You don't get too close. कुछ लोगों की कैसी habit होती है कि अगर कोई यहाँ पे पास में खड़ा है तो you will just touch the person and you will try and speak, you'll just touch and talk to the person. I'm saying that be away, but the person just wants to come close to me. That is invading my personal space. So हमें ये पता होना चाहिए, हमें ये हमेशा ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि हम किसी की पर्सनल स्पेस, हम डिटेल में बात करेंगे व्हाट पर्सनल स्पेस इज, बट व्हेन यू वांट टू टॉक टू समबडी, अगर आपको किसी से भी बात करनी है, until and unless the person is very close, or the person is your best friend or your partner or your parents or your brother or sister, you should maintain some distance. If someone wants to talk to me, if I'm here, the person should at least stand this far, इधर से ही मुझसे बात करनी चाहिए उसको, और एकदम टच करके, एंड और मैं ऐसे सिग्नल दे रही हूँ that don't get close, still the person tries to get close. That's wrong. इट्स अ लर्निंग. प्लीज़ मेक श्योर आप किसी के साथ भी इतना क्लोजली बात, अभी तो कोरोना है इसीलिए, बट अदरवाइज भी यू डू नॉट टॉक दिस वे टू एनी बडी. दिस कैन लिटरली बी वेरी इरिटेटिंग फॉर सम पीपल. सो वॉच. और अगर कोई आपकी पर्सनल स्पेस में आने की कोशिश करता है आपके पास, सो यू नीड टू टेल दैम दैट प्लीज़ मेंटेन डिस्टेंस, हैव स्पेस, टॉक टू मी फ्रॉम डिस्टेंस. This COVID times has taught us this namaste thing and keeping at least 2 feet distance from people, but this is one of the mannerism of communication का भी mannerism है, that you need to talk from a distance and not too close. Fine. Like the next point as mentioned here is body contact, that is shaking hands. Have you watched movies, Indian movies? You might have seen people shaking hands. Now there are different ways by which you can shake hand. A confident shake. So if you shake hand this way, like this way, this is a very confident way of shaking hand. And if you are with somebody, if you're talking to someone, you should shake hand this way only, means confidently. But sometimes people shake hand like this. See, this is not this was very confident, whereas this is too loose handshake. And some people do like this. I hope you get it. See, some people shake hand like this. This is like a loose handshake, loose. If you are in a professional setting, if you want to be confident, then your handshake has to be this way. Some people also do it like that, but that is informal, friendship sort of. But the best way is to do like this. And you need to be firm. It shouldn't be very loose. Like, it has to be firm handshake. Can you see that? So this also gives an impression. We are talking about communication today. और आप जिस तरह से handshake करते हैं, that gives an impression to the other person. How confident are you? How well do you speak? How much prepared are you today for the meeting? All these signals. How prepared are you to speak on the stage? All of that shows through your handshake. So please try handshakes once, not right now, I mean to say, once things get back to normal, but how you should handshake, just make sure. For in the current situation, fine. Well, let me move on to the next point, and the next point is facial expression. Facial expression, left inside, bottommost, facial expression is frown. This is, I think, the best way of giving signals to people. If someone is saying and I'm like, it gives a clear signal that I am angry. Whereas if I give the signal, that means I'm liking it. If I'm like, that gives a signal I'm tired. That gives a message to I'm communicating to you all right now. This gives a message that I'm so tired, I want break, I don't want to continue working. And so your facial expression speaks a lot. I didn't tell you anything. I did not speak verbal messages, I did not give. But frankly speaking, please chat box पे ये लिखो that if I'm like this, if I sit like this, आप क्या सोचोगे? That the trainer क्या आप ऐसा सोचोगे that the yes right yes or no that the trainer is tired and the trainer is not interested to continue speaking right now or she wants break for now, all of this. Whereas if I speak like this, wow, amazing, if I give this signals, this is this way of communication can charge you up. People listening to me might feel that wow, full, if the trainer is full of energy, we also want to put in efforts and perform our best. So through your facial expression you can charge the audience up, you can make the audience feel dull, you can do whatever you want. So please make sure that you're very live, you have smile on your face, your facial expression and gestures give a warm sign, positive vibes to the people. This and if you make sure of all of this, I think you can be a very good communicator. मोर देन द वर्बल मैसेजेस, जो वर्ड्स हम बोलते हैं उससे ज़्यादा अभी जो हमने ये स्लाइड पे देखा नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन के, इन सब पे अगर हम ध्यान दें तो इसका इम्पैक्ट जो हम बोलते हैं द वर्बल मैसेजेस उसका और ज़्यादा इम्पैक्ट ऑफ कोर्स हो सकता है सुनने वाले पे, टू द लिसनर. सो वॉच इट दैट नेक्स्ट टाइम you plan to communicate to somebody, you have a mix of verbal, non-verbal and paraverbal messages. A combination of all the three will make a lot of difference in life. Well, let's move ahead to the next, bottommost point, eye movements like winking. So this is a part of body language, this is a part of non-verbal communication as well. Eye movements means using your eyes can give a great signal. Okay, I'll just show you something. If I continuously do like this while you're speaking, that gives an impression to the other person that either there is something wrong with her eye or there is something fishy. I mean that she should go wash or she should rest. And if you are confident, the eye movement, if you look into the eye of the listener, that gives a message that you are confident, that also keeps the listener active. Example, अभी मैं लेक्चर ले रही हूँ और अगर मैं चाहती हूँ कि जो मुझे सुन रहे हैं जो लोग क्लासरूम में वो अटेंटिव भी हो, फिजिकली और मेंटली दोनों ही तरह से, तो इफ़ आई कॉन्टैक्ट विद देम, उससे क्या होगा, अगर आपका अटेंशन कहीं और चला गया है, इफ़ यू आर इन द ड्रीमी वर्ल्ड, if I keep eye contact, it will come back because that ma'am is looking into my eyes, ma'am is talking to me, ma'am is paying attention here. I also need to pay attention and I also need to respond to what she's saying. So eye contact, that could be like this, that could be closing one, opening the other, or that could be simply keeping steady contact. So that doesn't mean अच्छा eye contact में मैं ऐसे नहीं बोलती कि आपको ऐसे देखना ही है किसी को. No, I don't mean to say that. I just want to say that it is important part of communication and you should look into the eyes of other person when you're speaking. At least, out of 100%, it's important that 60%, eye contact should be there with the audience. Well, अच्छा मैं आपसे ये क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहूँगी. अभी हमने देखा वर्बल, नॉन वर्बल और पैरावर्बल. दिस इज़ द डिजिटल वर्ल्ड. यू आर लिसनिंग टू मी राइट नाउ एंड आई एम श्योर आपके बाकी सारे लेक्चर्स, कॉलेज, स्कूल और अदर वर्कशॉप्स और कोर्सेज जो आप ले रहे हो वो भी ऑनलाइन ही हो रहे होंगे, राइट? और ऑनलाइन ही है. तो आप मुझे बताओ वेदर वर्बल, नॉन वर्बल और पैरावर्बल तीनों में से किसका ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंस है ऑनलाइन डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म पे? आई विल वेट फॉर यू. आई एम गिविंग यू 1 minute. Put it on the chat box, please. I repeat, verbal, non-verbal, paraverbal. In this digital world, which is more important? Verbal, non-verbal or paraverbal? Okay. Come on. Those who are writing. Good. Others, please put it on the chat box. Which is the most important? Fine. Some of you have written. See, as a speaker, if the person is visible, अगर वो दिख रहा है digital screen पे आपको, तो उसके body language means non-verbal, verbal और paraverbal तीनों ही important है क्योंकि वो आपको दिख रहा है. लेकिन जहाँ पे वीडियोस ऑफ है और सामने वाले आपको नहीं दिख रहे, वहाँ पे आप सिर्फ सुन रहे हैं, तो paraverbal messages play an important role or are above the others here because you can't see the person, but the way the person speaks, his delivery, his tone of voice, his pitch, stressing of words, all of these will make his or her presentation more impactful. So as I just said, paraverbal plays the most important role in the digital when you can't see. But if you as a speaker are visible, and if you the speaker and if people can see you, then you're of course verbal, non-verbal because body language and everything, as well as paraverbal, all are important in the communication. So I hope by now at least you've understood what communication involves and like what is verbal, what's paraverbal, what's non-verbal, difference between communication and interaction, and two-way. Communication is a two-way process, listening, active listening versus someone who is speaking. Now, before I move on to the next slide, I would like to talk a little bit about active listening and passive listening. So, active listening is, when you listen to someone very actively and respond. So, ध्यान देकर सुन रहे हो is active listening. Whereas passive listening is, you are there. You know that someone is saying something. पता है आपको कि मॉम कुछ कह रही हैं, कुछ बोल रही हैं, पर क्या वो पता नहीं. क्यों? Because you are on your computer. Perhaps because you are playing a video game. Or maybe you are chatting with your friend. So that is the difference between active listening and passive listening. You need to decide when do you want to be an active listener versus when a passive listener. Or do you want to be both? Or do you just want to be one? You decide for yourself. If you ask me, then the answer is active listening is more important. Active and patient listening. These two skills are crucial, very, very important part of communication. When you listen to someone very actively, means you try and also understand what the person wants to say. And you can answer, you can help the person that way better. Right, so decide for yourself. We move on to the next slide. We just saw non-verbal communication ke messages. Now I want, there are photographs on the screen, one by one I will show. Through chat box, please tell me that what verbal message, non-verbal message does this poster give? See, I will go back to the slide and show you. So this is the, this is the image. कौन से वर्ड से आप इसको कनेक्ट कर पा रहे हो? नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन, बॉडी लैंग्वेज की हम बात कर रहे हैं, उसका अपीयरेंस, उसका हेड मूवमेंट्स, आई कॉन्टैक्ट, क्या 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 आपको दिख रहा है, पुट इट ऑन द चैट बॉक्स और मेक अ नोट फॉर योर ओन सेल्फ. मैं वापस आपको इमेज दिखाती हूँ. आई विल शो यू 5 सच इमेजेस. ओके, इमेज नंबर 1. Let me go back. I hope you have seen this. देख लिया आपने अच्छे से. I hope that. Now tell me. Posture. Appearance. Uh-huh. His head movements. His hand movement. Yes, we saw that there was he showed thumbs up. His eye movements gave us a signal. Uske eye movements give us a signal that he is very joyful, happy right now. His facial expression so bright. Look at him. His eyes, his expression, his face, his hand movements. Sound. We can't see the sound, but this image shows that his sound. So 4 qualities of non-verbal gives a good signal. So a positive body language we can say here. Got it? Okay. I move on to the next image, and that is negative language. But क्या negative है? You need to tell me. I hope you have seen the slide. Yes? Okay. Tell me, from this non-verbal communication chart, what was negative? Okay. Posture. Yes. That was there. His facial expression. That's right. His facial expression shows that, see, look at it. His eyebrows. Shrunk eyebrows. He's yawning. He's covered his mouth. All of these give a signal that negative signal, in the sense he's tired, he's not interested, he doesn't want to listen, etc. All of this. Even although we can't see his hands, but the signal from one of the hands, it's close fisted. As I explained you, that closed arms, closed hands signal that we get here. So this is a negative. So we saw one positive, one negative. Now the third. I'm not saying कि वो क्या है. आप वो इमेज देखकर डिसाइड करिए, और चैट बॉक्स में प्लीज़ बताइए कि उसमें क्या है, पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव. I hope you've seen the image by now. आपने देख लिया इमेज को. I hope that. Okay. इनमें से डिसाइड कीजिए. I want 5. This time 5 वो चीज़ें मुझे बताएं जो आपको उस लेडी में लगी. Okay. Confidence. Very good. Yes. If you look at this image, anyone, I'm sure all of you listening to me will agree that this is an image of a confident speaker. Her appearance, the way she is dressed, her hairstyle, her color combination that she's chosen, her facial expression, the smile that she has, her hands, you know, these are the sign that she's confident and she's ready to give speech. She's not afraid. She's not fearful. So, appearance, her head movement, her posture, her body contact, all of these, and her eye movement. Yes, these 5 things give us a signal that she's a confident lady. I'm sure you all also want to be confident like her. And you are. I know that many of you are like her, confident. Right? We can certainly work and be better from whatever we are. हम जो भी लेवल पे हैं, जितने भी अच्छे हैं, हम वो बहुत ही अच्छी बात है. But we can be better from that point. So that's there. Okay, ready for the next slide? Should I? What signal do you get from this? Do you think that she is in deep thoughts, or do you think she's sad? Do you think she's upset, or do you think she's making some plan? What is this lady doing in the image? Any idea? Okay, I will go back to this slide. I hope you've seen that image of lady. Yeah, she has many things from this image. I mean, from whatever we've learned about non-verbal communication, there are many things that you may notice in her speech. So that includes her posture, the way she was sitting, bent. She was bent and on her palm, that is what she's like this, she's sitting like this, looking somewhere. So her appearance, her head movement, her hand movements, her eyes, her facial expression, a lot of this you can see on her body, from her body language. So she's not speaking anything, but still she's giving us a clear signal. वो कुछ नहीं बोल रही है, but फिर भी उसने बहुत मैसेज बड़ा दे दिया है हमें of what she is into, her current situation right now. Correct? Okay, we move on to the next slide. This is for you. Okay, in this slide, I don't want you to see and tell me which is positive and negative. It's clear that the image on the left hand side, up left is positive, negative, and the one on the bottom right is positive. We know that. But what I want to say is just notice and find out which body language, what parts, what signals do they give. Just figure that out. Tell me of both in common. Yeah. Yeah, we can see that the negative image shows, look at their eyes. They are looking in each other's eyes and saying. So they are confident, but there's a cat fight sort of thing going on. So they are fighting and they're very aggressive, angry. Look at their nose. Look at their eyebrows. High. The eyebrow is high. the image which is negative, we are talking about only negative image right now. Observe their eyebrows. The eyebrows are high. Look at their mouth. It's wide open. They want to shout. It seems that they are shouting, in fact, yelling, maybe speaking bad words. We don't know, but they are in a conflict. They are in a fight. It's very clear from this image on the left hand side, top left. Exactly opposite image is on the right bottom. You see that again they also have good eye contact. Eye contact both of them have. The negative and the positive. Both the ladies in the positive image also has eye contact. They are using their hand movements also, which means it's a girlish talk. Girls who are listening to me, जो भी मुझे सुन रही हैं, I'm sure वो समझ जाएंगे कि ये कोई girlish talk हो रहा है. कुछ तो girls वाली बातें होने वाली है और हो रही है यहाँ पर. And both of them are excited. बहुत ही excited भी लग रही हैं ये दोनों. So see, they have a smile on the face. If you look, their body language also says that, I want to talk, I want to say something, I want to share with you. This is a sign and signal that they are giving to each other, that listen to me, there is some news. Hey, I got my result. Hey, I have done some shopping. Something like they're very excited and happy to meet the friend. So something of that sort. They want to share some secret. It's clear from this image. So the difference is, two girls in both the image, but they are very different from each other. So body language, this is the importance of body language in our life. This is how, you can give signals. This is how you can give a message to people that don't come close to me or get close to me. The image on the left, top left, said that it said that don't get close to me, don't come. We are in an angry mood, and if you come, तो तुम गए, मतलब तुमको भी इस झगड़े में इन्वॉल्व होना पड़ेगा, तुमको भी डांट लगी, sort of thing is in the left hand side top image. Whereas right hand side वाले image में तो ऐसा है कि if you want you can join them and they will feel you're welcome. आप भी discuss कर सकते हो, या हो सकता है there is something private going on, but maybe you can at least talk. They are open to discussion. So friends, I hope you have by now understood that body language has a immense role. बहुत ही important role होता है body language का in communication, messages clear देने में. Let's move on to the next slide. Are you ready? This is one last image. Yes, if you look at this image, you would very well understand that one of them is thinking deep, is in deep thoughts. He is concentrating on what is said, whereas the other person is observing, looking at the speaker, and also trying to comprehend. So if you look at this, it seems like a meeting in the college or at office, where both these people are very interested to be the part of the meeting. So this is a message this body language gives: attention, concentration, focus, determined, accepting. Their body language gives us a message that they are receptive, they want to learn, they want to listen, they want to participate, and maybe later they would give their feedback. So I hope by now you would have understood importance of non-verbal communication. देखा आपने कितने अच्छे से कि बिना बोले क्लियर मैसेज वो आपको दे रहे हैं, जो उनको कहना है, जो उनको समझाना चाहते हैं आपको, आप सिर्फ उनको देख कर समझ सकते हैं. तो ये एक मैजिक बोलूं या आर्ट बोलूँ, पता नहीं, आई थिंक इट्स एन आर्ट, एक आर्ट है ये नॉन वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन. आप सामने वाले को just by your body language, just by your facial expression, just by your hand movements, just by your eye movements and your posture. Abhi, just imagine if I sit like this. Does it give you any signal? It does, right? What signal does it give? The signal is maybe she is not very interested to speak. Maybe she is tired. Maybe she wants break. So this type of posture in a professional setting is not very good way of doing. So you should know that if you are communicating, if you are interacting with people, you need to sit straight. So not like this also. You have to be like this. Your back must be straight. You should sit like this. This is the posture which shows confidence. But if you sit like this, it seems that you are dull. It seems, it gives a negative signal in short. So come on, many of you are sitting like this, right? Come on, be straight, sit straight. Yes, that's a good way, first good step to communication. I'm very sure many of you are intact. When you sit straight, absolutely straight. But if you do not, just watch and try and be better. If you are not into sitting straight, it will not only help you in communication, but this sitting straight will also help your health, the body. The message of communication will go right, but for our physiological health, अपने body के लिए, अपने health के लिए भी, it's important that we sit up straight. You may otherwise have back issues later in life, back pains and all of it. So start sitting. Start practicing it for 5 minutes a day and you will see the difference. Well, we move on to the next slide, and on the next topic, we have seen verbal, paraverbal and non-verbal. All these three are part of communication. Now, through Dr. Albert Mehrabian's this concept of what is important in communication and how much is it important, let us try and understand. ऊपर जो लिखा है blue में आपको जो दिख रहा है words, content. You know students, when we speak, the entire speech, जो भी हमारा presentation रहता है, वो class में presentation हो या वो कोई stage performance हो या कुछ भी, अगर हम बोल रहे हैं, if we are the speaker and if others are the listener, as I said, 7% of the words, तो मतलब words important है, 7%, so the least importance is given on words. I will tell you why. I don't mean to say that words ढंग से use नहीं करने चाहिए. What I'm trying to say is, words तो effectively, wisely, सोच समझ कर speech तो बननी ही चाहिए of course, but words से भी ज़्यादा कुछ और important है, या words के साथ कुछ और. सिर्फ सेम वर्ड या सेम स्पीच हम लेंगे, लेकिन अगर कोई ऐसे बोलेगा, ठीक है, टुडे वी आर गोइंग टू स्पीक एंड डिस्कस अबाउट नॉन वर्बल एंड वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन. एक तो इस तरीके से सेम सेंटेंस को कोई और ऐसा बोल सकता है, दैट टुडे we are going to speak and discuss, we're going to talk about verbal and non-verbal communication. So words are same, right? But what was different is the way it was told. So 7% by Dr. Albert Mehrabian, 7% of the content, impact on the audience is 7% of the contact. So where does the other percentages go? Let's look at the screen now. Vocal elements means your pitch, the tone, volume, intonation. आप जब कोई example अगर के बारे में बोल रहे हो, या अगर आपको कोई एक word है, topic बतानी है, आपको ऐसे बोलना है that नरेंद्र मोदी, आपको अगर उनका example लेना है, उनके बारे में कुछ बोलना है, तो आप पूरी speech ऐसे tone पे बोलेंगे. You can speak like this. Today we are going to talk about Narendra Modi. Did you understand? I rose. you have to rise to be catchy, so that people understand what you want to convey. So that is your pitch. High, you need to rise it sometimes, you need to lower it down. Something that which are not important, or something that you like, comma, families, movies, cricket. If you want to say examples of many things, then you can maybe lower your pitch a little bit and speak. You need to decide what is important to you, but for certain things you have to rise your pitch, for people to understand. Well, we were all excited to see Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So see, आपने सुना महेंद्र सिंह धोनी पे मैंने थोड़ा स्ट्रेस करके बोला. क्यों? क्योंकि वो मैं आपको बताना चाहती थी. मेरे हिसाब से वो एक इम्पॉर्टेंट चीज़ थी, द कैची थिंग, जो मैं चाहती थी कि कोई भी मिस आउट ना करे. जब आप नॉर्मल रह के कभी हाई आओगे तो होगा ये कि जो आपको सुन रहे हैं, पीपल हु आर लिसनिंग टू यू, अगर वो पूरा और सेंटेंस नहीं भी सुन पाए तो एटलीस्ट ये वाला पॉइंट जो मैंने कहा, द नेम, दे विल कैच दैट एंड दे विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड द एंटायर मीनिंग ऑफ द कॉन्वर्जेशन. सो विथ वर्ड्स, योर द pitch, the tone, your accent, your intonation, the right side, the vocal elements. क्या है ये vocal elements? These are nothing but paraverbal messages. So they are also important in our our speech. In fact, they are very, very important in our speech. Let me tell you that. And last but not the least, can you see the highest weightage, 55% weightage is given on the non-verbal messages. Non-verbal messages include gestures, postures, eye contact, body language, hand movements, head movements, and all of that what we saw on one of the slides. So okay, let me clarify one thing. I don't mean to say that only non-verbal messages are more important. A mix. Words are important, content is important, speech is important. Of course it is important. With that, exactly, if you want to be a very good speaker, if you want to be an impactful speaker, then with your speech, how you present is also important. So as I told you in the beginning today, then that more than what you say, how you say is important. So friends, work on all the three: speech, presentation, and body language. Have you watched the movie Three Idiots? Do you remember the speech? Which speech am I talking about? I leave it up to you. Just decide. Decide it कि वो स्पीच जो इतना मोनोटोनस सेम जैसे दिया गया वैसे पढ़ के बोला उसने, वो कोई और अगर इमेजिन उसी मूवी में वो आमिर खान स्पीच बोलता तो हाउ डिफरेंट वुड दैट हैव बिन. Just think, I'm saying just think. Speech, it was I think the funniest speech I've ever heard in Three Idiots. But if the same speech Amir Khan would have said, how different would have been. I'm sure you will agree that it would have been very different from the way it was spoken in the movie. So that's an impact, on how people present, what people say and how they say. Yes. Let's move ahead to the next point. Well, friends, till now we have understood importance of communication and how communication should be. But now let us also understand that if you are preparing your speech, if you want to communicate, आप कुछ तैयारी कर रहे हैं तो आपका कैसा कम्युनिकेशन, आपका कम्युनिकेशन अच्छा कैसे हो या अच्छे कम्युनिकेशंस होते कैसे हैं. लेट्स ट्राई एंड अंडरस्टैंड दैट. सो कम्युनिकेशन, इफेक्टिव वर्बल मैसेजेस, जो भी वर्बल मैसेजेस होते हैं, दे आर वेरी प्रिसाइज, टू द पॉइंट. सबसे पहले एक की टू कम्युनिकेशन, द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट की होता है कम्युनिकेशन का, दैट कम्युनिकेशन शुड बी शॉर्ट. हो सकता है उतना शॉर्ट crisp, to the point, you should say. If you are speaking somewhere as a person, then you need to be really, really to the point. If you keep beating around the bush, अगर आप गोल 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 बात करेंगे, your communication will not turn to be effective. ऐसा नहीं होगा कि आप ज़्यादा लंबा बोल रहे हो मतलब आप अच्छे स्पीकर हैं और आप अच्छे कम्युनिकेटर हैं. No. Any effective communication is necessarily short. Effective verbal messages are precise. Precise means जो information चाहिए वो ही देना है, वो ही होनी चाहिए आपकी communication में. Nothing else should be there on your speech. So to the point, short, crisp, yes, very much planned. Now let me tell you, planning, oh my God, is so very important. I tell you, planning is like must. You need to be a good planner to be able to be a good communicator. So you need to plan the flow. What will come first? What do you want to say in introduction? What do you want to say in between? What examples do you want to add? Do you want to say the other side of the coin or not? How do you want to end? How long will your speech be? How many minutes do you want to speak? This planning is an essential part of communication. It's very important that you plan and then you speak. If you do not plan, then there are high chances that things could go haywire and you may not be able to pass on the message that you have actually thought of. So please make sure that your speech is very, very planned. It's very precise, it's short, it's to the point, and it's well organized. So a well organized speech has, videos, has activities, has messages, has quotes, has a lot. That's the first thing. Secondly, I would like to say that when you are speaking, अगर आप communicate कर रहे हो, आप communication की बात कर रहे हो, your speech needs to be jargon free. अब मैं आपको बताना चाहूँगी कि jargons होते क्या हैं और jargons communication एक simple communication में नहीं होने चाहिए. क्यों नहीं? Jargons, students, are technical words. When I say technical words, I mean to say that they are specific words which are used in specific fields. So jargons वो होते हैं जो अगर एक डॉक्टर से communicate कर रहा है तो they will understand. और डॉक्टर एक medical professional, कोई भी और nurse या किसी और से कर रहा है बात, MR medical representative से, तो वो समझेगा वो. But if a doctor is talking to a patient, if the doctor wants to pass on the message to the patient, and if you use jargon, अगर वो technical terms use करेगा जो medical terminology है, क्या वो patient समझेगा डॉक्टर क्या कहना चाहता है? Tell me, क्या वो patient समझेगा? The clear answer is no. The patient will not understand what the doctor wants to say. एक दो तीन एग्जाम्पल्स मैं लेना चाहूँगी जार्गन्स के जो आपने शायद सुने भी होंगे मेडिकल फील्ड में. इन दिस कोविड टाइम्स एक कॉमन वर्ड जो हम टेलीविजन पे सुन रहे हैं, कोमॉर्बिडिटीज़. सुना है आपने? कोमॉर्बिडिटीज़ आपने सुना ही होगा, वो गुजराती स्पीच हो, हिंदी स्पीच हो या इंग्लिश स्पीच हो. कोमॉर्बिडिटी it's a jargon, it's a medical term. Comorbidity means two or more problems at the same, medical problems at the same time. अगर किसी को दो या उससे ज़्यादा conditions कोई है at the same time, मतलब किसी को डायबिटीज़ है और साथ में हार्ट इश्यूज़ भी है, किसी को ब्लड प्रेशर तो है ही, फिर मतलब डायबिटीज़ भी है और नी इश्यूज़ है, किसी को लंग्स का प्रॉब्लम है, हर्निया, कुछ भी, एनी मेडिकल प्रॉब्लम. If they are more than two at the same time, एक patient को more than two है तो उसको comorbidities कहते हैं. हम ऐसा कह सकते हैं he is a comorbid patient. Means he has more than like he has at least two or more problems, medical problems. So comorbidity is a common word used by medical professionals. It's a jargon. So आर स्पीच, क्या हमारी स्पीच में जार्गन्स होने चाहिए या नहीं, हम ये बात कर रहे हैं. तो मैं ये कहूँगी कि you have to very smartly decide. आपको ये decide करना है कि आप किससे बात कर रहे हो, किससे communicate कर रहे हो. अगर आप किसी पेशेंट से बात कर रहे हैं, अगर कोई डॉक्टर है जो पेशेंट से बात कर रहा है, तो अगर वो कोमॉर्बिडिटी बोलेगा, शायद पेशेंट विल नॉट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट ही वांट्स टू से. So doctor at that time should use simple words, like he should say, you have two problems at the same time. Patient will understand it better than this term used comorbidity. But if the same doctor is talking to another doctor or nurse or anyone who is a medical professional in the hospital, there the doctor must use, or doctors should use and can also use jargons, the technical terms, because it's easy for them to understand those terms. Another example of medical jargon is acute. Acute is a word, it's used with, it's an adjective and it is usually used with pain. So acute pain. What is acute pain? Anyone who is from medical profession listening to me, I mean anyone who's listening to me, a medical professional listening will know what acute pain is. So acute pain is something that is sudden and sharp pain, sudden and sharp. Now, example, when someone suffers from this problem of stone, the person has acute pain. Yes, the person suffers from an acute pain, sudden pain, sharp, oh my God, unbearable, can't bear. But this term, if it is used in if the doctor is speaking in the conference where there are all medical professionals, and if the doctor uses this term acute pain, people will understand. But if he's giving a lecture in for a social cause, if he is addressing people in general, then he ideally should avoid. So that was an explanation on medical jargons. I think let me also add one more jargon, a medical jargon, that is AMA, against medical advice. So AMA, medical professional will understand because it's a jargon, it's a medical term. Against medical advice means जो medical advice के खिलाफ है, against the medical advice, it should not be like that. So I hope by now you've understood that these terms are used by medical professionals but are not used by others. So others also need to make sure that if you are communicating with public layman, if you are communicating with people outside, then you don't have to use these jargons. Only if you're talking to someone from your own field, then you should use. I would like to give you 2-3 examples more, but not of medical. Let's take an example of educational jargons. Anyone who is into academia, who is into education, who is into college, school, teaching, training, I think they will understand these terms. Like collaborative learning is a term, it's a jargon. Collaborative learning means when students get together, when they all learn together, they work together, that is what is collaborative. So students working together on a project or on an assignment in the classroom for any activity, for an event, anything of that sort. When students work together, they collaborate, they mix, they be together and they work. That's collaborative learning. Now, if I'm a trainer and if I'm talking to someone who is from non-training or non-teaching background, I should not use this jargon like collaborative learning. I should not use something like collaborative teaching. Now, what is collaborative teaching? Collaborative teaching is professors or teachers who work together for a particular subject, for a particular class, for a particular group of students. So examples of collaborative teaching can be subject sharing, can be projects, can be doing research, anything of that sort. You often see that teachers work together even in across subjects. So different disciplines. For example, the trend, in research these days there is a trend के ऐसा फैशन है that a professor from economics works with a professor in psychology. A professor of psychology works with someone in environmental planning, for example. So cross subjects, etc., across disciplines and all of that. But anyone who is into academia, teaching, learning, or training will know what collaborative learning is. But someone who is from non-teaching background will not know. So jargons. I hope you're all getting that jargons होते क्या हैं. Jargons होते हैं technical words जो field से related होते हैं. उस field में काम करने वाले लोग उसे समझते हैं. But not everyone in the world. ऐसे words का उपयोग का यूसेज सोच समझ कर करना चाहिए. अगर ज़रूरत है, अगर सामने सुनने वाले भी टेक्निकल ही लोग हैं, you can certainly use jargons, but if not, then you must avoid using jargons. LMS, abhi this is a world of digital platform, and every student, every teacher listening to me right now will know that LMS is a word used in academia and in teaching. I mean colleges and schools, across schools and colleges widely. LMS is learning management system. So there are softwares on which on those platforms like Google Meet is one, WebEx is there, and there are many other ones where people teach or where institutes teach their students through those software. So these are CallPearl is another one. So these are educational jargons. Please try and understand that. I would like to give you one or two quick other examples of engineering jargons. I feel that there would be students who are listening to me, and these students may be from engineering background too. So I would not go in detail, but words like drone, deadline, dead man, water table, etc. are common jargons used in the engineering field. So whichever engineering one specializes in, whichever field of engineering one specializes in, would know कि ये terms use होते हैं. तो अगेन लास्ट में मैं यही कहना चाहूँगी जार्गन्स पे कि अगर आप इंजीनियर्स और इंजीनियर्स का ही कॉन्फ्रेंस है या मीटिंग है तो आप जार्गन्स यूज़ करें. लेकिन अगर आप एक इंजीनियर हो और आप एक सभा में नॉर्मल लोगों को एड्रेस कर रहे हैं, नॉर्मल लोगों से बात कर रहे हैं, तो आप इन जार्गन्स को यूज़ ना करें, अवॉइड करें इन्हें यूज़ करना, क्योंकि ये हर कोई नहीं समझ पाएगा. और कम्युनिकेशन का ये सबसे इम्पॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है कि आप जो बोलें सामने वाला समझे. अगर सामने वाला समझेगा ही नहीं तो व्हाट इज़ द पॉइंट ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन. तो आपका इम्पैक्टफुल या इफ़ेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन होगा ही कैसे. सो ये बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है. आई वुड लाइक टू गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल योर. सो इफ़ आई एम सो दिस इज़ एन इंग्लिश ट्रेनिंग. ओके, आप मुझे बताना कि आपको किस तरह का इंग्लिश ट्रेनर ज़्यादा अच्छा लगेगा सुनने में. अगर मैं यहाँ पर आकर बहुत हाई फाई 10-15 वर्ड्स बोल जाऊँ दैट मैग्नानिमस पर्सनालिटी एंड पर्सपिकासिटी एंड altruist, someone who is an altruist, done that, and a philanthropist, ऐसा करके अगर मैं आपसे यहाँ पर आज बात करूँ, ऐसे शायद मुझे वर्ड्स का नॉलेज अच्छा है, वोकैबुलरी मेरी अच्छी है, बट अगर मैं आपसे इस तरह से बात करूँ जो हाई वर्ड्स, एडवांस वर्ड्स मुझे आते हैं, जो काफ़ी लोगों को समझ आ सकते हैं जो मुझे सुन रहे हो, पर बहुत से लोग ऐसे होंगे, क्योंकि मैं जनरल क्राउड से बात कर रही हूँ, हो सकता है बहुत से स्टूडेंट्स ऐसे हो जिनको ये वर्ड समझ ना आए. तो मेरी इंग्लिश क्या काम की? हाउ कैन दिस बी एन इफेक्टिव कम्युनिकेशन? My communication with you will not be very effective if I use all those advanced English words. So if I want to communicate with you, if I want that I'm listened, and if I want to be understood, then I need to make sure that I use simple English words. I use words that everyone, anyone whose English is at a basic level or at an intermediate level or at a high level, whichever level one's English is, he can understand what I say. So that is what I would want to say here. Let's move on to the next point here. Fine. Non-verbal messages are the way we communicate through our body language, right? So we have discussed this in detail a lot, that body language से हम communicate कर पाते हैं और कर सकते हैं. Non-verbal messages बहुत ही important है. तो verbal जो अभी हमने ऊपर देखा, the first point that we saw was on verbal messages. So verbal कैसे होनी चाहिए हमारी speech? बहुत ही thoughtful, planned, organized, प्रिसाइज, सिंपल होनी चाहिए. लेकिन सिर्फ उतना होने से नहीं होगा. यू नीड टू ऑल्सो मेक श्योर दैट you use non-verbal messages in your speech. So when I say non-verbal messages, what I mean is you need to use again all those things: your body language, your hand movements, your eye movements, your facial expression, gestures, whatnot. Give equal emphasis to the non-verbal messages. So with your speech, when you use effective hand gestures, this gives a sign and signal that you're confident. If I, for 2 hours continuously, if I speak like this, that's not wrong. But it will be more impactful if I use my hand gestures, if I say, you should not point out like this to others, you did this. No, this is a wrong way of communication, but you can certainly keep your arms open and speak. You can use your hand gestures, close your eyes, open it, give a nod, all of it are required. Even this can give a signal. Gives a signal, a great signal. And this can make your communication very impactful, very nice. You will be listened also. So a mix of these are very much required. Last but not the least on this slide is paraverbal messages. So it includes, this is repetition of what we have learned, but a crucial thing that your tone, your pitch, sound, your voices, even these type of sounds give a message to the listener on what you want to convey. If you do not say anything, but if you just use these, the message itself is very clear on what you want to convey. So do make sure that you convey what you want to say using all these 3 things. I would like to show you the previous slide and explain now again that non-verbal, so postures and gestures. Students, 55% इसका importance है. 55% मैं आपको क्या कहना चाहूँगी कि आप जो speech बनाते हो उसके साथ अगर आपने non-verbal messages मतलब तरीके भी ले लिए, signals भी ले लिए, तो आपकी speech impactful होने से कोई नहीं रोक सकता है, कोई भी नहीं. 55% impact आप जो भी डिलीवर करते हैं उसका होता है through your non-verbal signals, whereas 38% it is your vocal elements, so your pitch, tone, rate, volume, intonation, rhythm. अच्छा, मैं आपको vocal में एक चीज़ बताना चाहूँगी कि अगर imagine आप you should be loud enough, yes. Imagine मैं आपसे भी बात कर रही हूँ और मैं एकदम ऐसा धीमे बोलूँ. Students, today we are going to talk about communication skills. सुना आपने मैंने क्या बोला? Students, today we are going to talk about communication skills. This is my tone of voice. Slow था एकदम, not loud enough, सुनाई नहीं दे रहा था. How long do you think you can attract someone's attention if you speak that slow? If पूरा 2 घंटे का लेक्चर मैं ऐसे ही बोलूँ, आज हम इस लेक्चर में ये सीखने वाले हैं कि आप कम्युनिकेट कैसे करें, आपका कम्युनिकेशन इफ़ेक्टिव कैसे हो, दूसरे आपको सुनकर कैसे समझें. हम ये सीख कर अपने जीवन में इसका उपयोग करेंगे. उपयोग तो करेंगे पर दूसरे लोगों को भी ये सिखाएंगे कि कम्युनिकेशन कितना इम्पैक्टफुल है. अगर मैं ऐसा इमेजिन, मैं ऐसा पूरा 2 घंटे का लेक्चर दूँ, if I speak like this for continuously 2 hours, do you think you will sit here? You will just close your this Facebook live video and run away. I think you will do that. Why? Because you also know that it's important that as a speaker you need to be loud enough, you need to be audible, the others should be able to listen. आपको वो अगर सुन पाएंगे तभी तो वो समझने की कोशिश करेंगे आप क्या कह रहे हो. So you need to be audible. Please make sure that when you are presenting yourself, you need to be in the centermost position. This is a rule of communication and rule of public speaking, that if you are speaking, if you are at the stage, on the stage, I mean to say, you need to be in the center. Example, I am speaking in front of 1,000 students. Okay. I need to be in the center. I should be seen. I should stand in such a manner that most of the people listening to me can see me. The people who are exactly sitting in front of me, the people who are on the right side, people who are on the left, all of them should be able to see. Why do you think is seeing important? Well, when you see, or when you can see the other person, when you can see the speaker, साइकोलॉजिकली मानसिकता में मानसिक दृष्टि से हम अगर बात करें तो ऐसा होगा कि आप उन्हें ज़्यादा सुनेंगे. अगर आपका अटेंशन कहीं चला गया, इमेजिन आप अपने डे ड्रीमिंग में चले गए, अपने सपने की दुनिया में चले गए हैं, द स्पीकर इज स्पीकिंग. If you can see the speaker, that will come back. You may certainly go in your daydreaming, or if you may start seeing something, but your attention will come back. Why will it come back? Because the speaker is in front of you, the speaker is looking at you, the speaker is trying to maintain eye contact with you, and you also are in front of the speaker, so you also have to you also have eye contact with the speaker. So please, this is a thumb rule. Please make sure that when you speak, you should not be very hidden. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि मैं बोल रही हूँ और मैं दिख ही नहीं रही हूँ पूरा time. Although it is different, it is different on the virtual platform. Virtual platform पे usually you can't see the listeners, but the speaker is still, like आप मुझे अभी देख ही पा रहे हैं. I'm visible, right? So when you can see the other person, it certainly has more impact, and it certainly makes you feel that you want to listen to the person more, you want to be more attentive, and you want to even participate or exchange thoughts and ideas. So paraverbal messages का हम बात कर रहे थे कि tone तो है important, and imagine if I'm we were saying that I was very slow. मैंने अभी जो example आपके साथ share किया था उसमें I was very slow, like students today we are talking, and imagine if I'm too loud, hey students today we are going to talk about. If I am that loud, अगर मैं इतना ज़ोर से बोलूँ और continuously ऐसा बोलूँ और आप मेरे एकदम सामने ही हो या फिर आप मुझे सुन रहे हो, won't that be very irritating? Won't you feel like I want to close my ears? I don't want to listen. Speak softly, speak slowly, speak gently. Won't you feel like that? So neither you should speak too loud. Don't shout. If I'm talking to somebody who is just very near to me, I should not be very loud, and I should not shout. Why I should not shout? Because there is no need. The person is just on my right. I can talk, hi, how are you? I don't have to say, hey, hi, how are you? I don't have to shout. I have to talk at the top of my voice only if the other person, if I'm addressing the audience, only if the people are very far from me. Then in that case, still, still I don't have to literally shout, because these days there are mics available everywhere. So when you speak on the mic, you are absolutely audible. Is that clear? So that's an importance of words, vocal elements, and non-verbal gestures. All right, let us now understand effective, impactful, बहुत ही beautiful तरीके से अगर आपको verbal communication करना है तो कैसे? You, I hope you have a pencil and paper with you right now, or on your mobile phones. In the notes, you can note this down. Practice makes a man perfect. Practice के बिना तो छुटकारा ही नहीं है. You can't do without practice. You need to practice if you want to be a better communicator from whatever you are currently. So daily practice, weekly practice, regular practice is important. But if you have this question that how do we practice? Practice important तो है, but मैं करूँ कैसे? There are various way by which you can practice. See, we are talking about English. This is a language. ठीक है? So language you can't learn in 10 days, 15 days. You can't learn a language. You need to really practice. There are 4 aspects by which you can practice: by reading the language, by listening to the language, by writing the language, and by speaking the language. So what you should practice, listen to the language means listen to English movie songs, watch English movies. There are English series. A lot of that you can do for practicing English. Read newspaper, but please don't read newspaper once a month. Read it regularly, because practice makes a man perfect. So if you practice regularly reading newspaper, if you practice regularly reading books are our best friends. I hope you agree to this. So read English, simple basic comics. Read, if you are already into reading English, then read a little advanced level English. All of it will certainly help you to be better. But please don't forget to practice in front of mirror. So if you want to communicate, if you want to see how you are as a person, stand in front of the mirror, speak in front of the mirror, write your speech, stand and speak. Practice that. You will understand that are there pauses in your speech? Do you stammer? Do you take a lot of pauses, or are you fluent? You will get to know how good are you at your eye contact, how is your facial expression. If you practice in front of the mirror, you will understand that मैं तो ऐसे बोलती हूँ. So you can work and bring smile on your face. So practice makes a man perfect. You need to practice. Okay students, मैं एक और चीज़ आपको यहाँ पे बताना चाहूँगी, that record yourself. Even that helps. If you want to be a very good communicator, और अगर आपको लगता है कि pronunciation, उच्चारण करने का आपको तकलीफ होती है शब्दों के उच्चारण में, तो आपको मैं बिल्कुल कहूँगी कि आप 2 चीज़ें करें. Number 1, practice in front of, record your speech in front of mirror. That was number 1. Number 2, record your voice, record your speech, and after फिनिशिंग इट, लिसन टू इट. अपना रिकॉर्डिंग सुने, आपको पता चलेगा कि आप कितने पॉजेस ले रहे हैं, कितना आप रुक रहे हैं, कितना आप सही बोल रहे हैं, कहाँ आपको क्या इम्प्रूव करने की ज़रूरत है. सेल्फ एनालिसिस इज़ द बेस्ट एनालिसिस, लेट मी टेल यू. तो अगर आपको ये पता है कि आप कहाँ कहाँ रुक रहे हैं, तो आप बिल्कुल उस पर वर्क करके इम्प्रूव कर पाएंगे. सो रिकॉर्ड. If you have anybody at home who can listen to you, with whom you can communicate, talk, give speech, deliver, get feedback, do it. Go ahead. There is nothing better than that. But if you feel that there is nobody with whom you can talk in English, then record. Well, students, you are a blessed generation. Your generation is so blessed because you are on the digital platform. You have everything available. So many apps for improving language, improving communication skills, practicing with people from different countries. There are many apps available. So find a suitable app for communication. If you want to talk in English, there are many applications where you can talk to other English learners. So example, I want to improve my English. मैं यहाँ पर इंग्लिश में चैट करना चाहती हूँ, घर पे कोई नहीं है, इसीलिए मैं वो एप्लीकेशन डाउनलोड कर लूँ, इंग्लिश एप्लीकेशन, और सामने कोई समझ लो फ्रांस में कोई लेडी है या कोई भी है जो इंग्लिश इंप्रूव करना चाहते हैं. शी इज़ ऑन द अदर साइड एंड वी कैन चैट इन इंग्लिश, वी कैन टाइप, वी कैन राइट, वी कैन टॉक ओवर फोन ऑन द एप्लीकेशन फॉर फ्री in English. There are several methods of practicing. You need to decide what is best for you. Practice that. Okay, we move on to the next. Avoid cliches, usage of same vocabulary and repetition. Yes, cliched मतलब जो वर्ड्स वो जो बहुत ही कॉमनली यूज्ड वर्ड्स होते हैं और जो बहुत रेपिटेटिव है, आपको ऐसा अपनी कम्युनिकेशन और अपने स्पीच में अवॉइड करना चाहिए. इफ़ यू वांट टू बी अ वेरी गुड कम्युनिकेटर, सो यू नीड टू मेक श्योर दैट आप बहुत ज़्यादा कोई वर्ड को रिपीट ना करें. आई विल गिव यू एन एग्जाम्पल. If this is a 2-hour session, and imagine in 2 hours if I use the word important 20 times, how would you feel? Won't you feel that she doesn't know English that well? Right? So you should not avoid words. In fact, try and use proverbs, suvichar, idioms, rudiprayogs. All of that could bring some spice to your to the speech that you're delivering. It will bring some impact. I hope you will agree that our grandparents, जो बहुत ही पुराने कहावतें यूज़ करते हैं अपनी स्पीच में, हम सबको ऐसे लगता है कि हमें तो पता ही नहीं है. दैट इज़ सो न्यू. दैट्स अ गुड वे ऑफ यू इम्प्रूविंग वोकेबुलरी. सो cliches, common words should be avoided, not used, and different words should be used. I would also say that if you have to repeat, कोई word अगर आपको repeat करना पड़ रहा है, तो please try and find out similar words related to that word and use it in your communication. Your communication will become more impactful and effective if you do so. Try it out, students. Moving on to the next one. Always maintain eye contact with the listener. Yes, this is effective in communication, but this is possible in live communication. I mean to say in-person communication. This is very much not possible in the verbal. So verbal platform की अगर हम बात करते हैं जो अभी 2020 में सबका सहारा है, you know, everyone is using this platform for learning different things. यहाँ पे eye contact नहीं है, पर यहाँ पे if you work on your paraverbal messages, your tone, your voice, your pitch, etc., तो आपका काम हो जाएगा. भले आप आई कॉन्टैक्ट मेंटेन नहीं कर पा रहे, भले आप टीचर को नहीं देख पा रहे, टीचर आपको नहीं देख पा रही, बट स्टिल वही इम्पैक्ट रहेगा सामने वाले को समझने में. इफ़ यू हैव योर पैरावर्बल मैसेजेस वेरी इम्पैक्टफुल एंड इफेक्टिव. नेक्स्ट, मेक श्योर यू मेक योर कम्युनिकेशन इंटरेस्टिंग. अच्छा, सो कैसे हम इंटरेस्टिंग बना सकते हैं हमारे कम्युनिकेशन को? Can I make my communication interesting by directly speaking, going on speaking? Well, you can make it a mixed bag of activities, videos, speech, and so much more you can do if you want to make your communication very impactful and effective. So we are going to watch, आज हम भी एक वीडियो देखने वाले हैं communication पे shortly after I'm done with this slide. So you can do all of it. Make the audience engage, ask them questions, throw some questions. If the person gives the correct answer, then you can also give a token of you can appreciate, applaud, role plays and what not. ये सब even on the digital platform it's possible. Whether we talk about Google Meet, WebEx or any other platforms that we use, I mean, we can still be doing all these activities in the collaborative way of learning, offline and online integrated learning methods. So you can make your communication effective by using all of this in the speech that you have to deliver. I have spoken about it, but अगर आपको communication अच्छा करना है तो you know reading newspaper is very very important. And don't just read the newspaper but read it loud. Speak loudly and read. उससे क्या होगा? Your pronunciation will also get better, right? So that will help you with two things. Working on your pronunciation, it will also help you to improve your vocabulary and appropriately forming sentence. So sentence structure will also become better. So these are a few effective ways of verbal communication. I hope you all use these ways of effective communication. Well, now I'd like to talk a little bit about space. You know, we are talking about communication, so let's also understand what is a personal space bubble. Everyone listening to me right now has a personal space bubble. So what is personal space bubble? एक ऐसा bubble जो हम अपने इर्द गिर्द create करके रखते हैं, वो bubble indication देता है कि कोई इस zone में ना आए. This is my personal zone. As you can see on the slide, there are 4 zones: intimate zone, personal zone, social zone, and public zone. Every person has a personal bubble, so you need to make sure as a communicator कि आप किसी के personal space bubble में, किसी के personal zone में enter ना हो जाएं. You know, because that can be invading, interfering someone's private space. For example, for few people the personal space bubble is this much. But for few, the personal space bubble could be very big. For few, the personal space bubble could be bigger than the other. तो इसका क्या मतलब हुआ? If my personal space bubble is just this much, which means कि मैं इतना इस zone में, मेरे body के इस zone में, I don't want anyone to enter. तो अगर कोई मुझे touch करके बात करता है, I don't like it because this is my personal space. You can't enter in my personal space. ये signal देती हूँ मैं. If someone touches me and I'm like, don't do this, that's a signal. But for some other people, the personal space bubble could be larger. उनका और बड़ा है. Means उनके तो आप इतना करीब खड़े रह के भी you can't talk. Because if you talk to them, even with this distance, they don't like. Their space bubble is larger. So one important thing in communication is we need to understand how big is the personal space bubble for others. आप सभी ने ये कॉलेज में कहीं ना कहीं देखा होगा कि कुछ लोग बहुत ही क्लोज आकर बात करना चाहते हैं. Well, ये रूल है कम्युनिकेशन का that you should not talk to others too closely. We need to maintain some distance. How much distance? You can see on the slide. An arm length rule कहा गया है इसे. Means, see, आपको right side में दिख रहा होगा personal bubble. So this is my bubble. Don't enter in my bubble. ये सामने वाला इंसान आपको कह रहा है. So if you want to talk to anybody, give any message, then that has to be an arm length rule. Means you need to talk this far. I hope you get it. So the next time, please watch. Are you interfering in someone's personal life or not? A basic manner is we should not interfere in someone's personal life. We should not touch and talk to anybody. COVID times में तो of course we should not touch and talk to anybody. But even otherwise, communication का ये एक rule है that you need to maintain some distance. किससे हमें कितना distance maintain करना है? We will see it from this slide. So this is a slide. See, there are 4 zones: intimate, personal, social and public. Can you also see 0 to 1.5 intimate? वो feet की बात की गई है. So you know a person intimate zone is 0 to 1.5. Intimate zone में लोग किसको आना देना पसंद करते हैं? 0 to 1.5 feet. Only your close friends, only maybe your girlfriend or boyfriend, only your partner, your husband or wife, only your parents, someone with whom you would like to hug, to be close with, only they are allowed in your intimate zone, not others. So अगर आप किसी के intimate zone में जा रहे हो, you need to know that what relationship you have with that person. If you have a very close relationship, enter in the intimate zone, no problem. But if you are just a friend, you should not enter in someone's intimate zone. Personal, moving on to the next, personal space. 1.5 feet to 4. Who falls in this bracket? इस bracket में कौन आता है personal space में? People with whom we contact are in contact on daily basis. Like इतनी करीबी से हम किससे बात करते हैं? Could be house help, the maids that come at home and you talk. Owner or master talking to the maid is usually in the personal space. Or maybe milkman or laundry, I mean someone coming to give you clothes, laundry clothes, etc. With those people, we don't let them enter in our intimate zone, but they can be in the personal zone of one's life. So you need to please try and understand what is your relationship and accordingly get into someone's zone. Let's move on and look at the third, social space. That is from 4 to 12 feet long. यूजुअली सोशल स्पेस में कौन आएगा, लाइक यू नो इफ यू आर टॉकिंग इन एन ऑफिस, इफ इट्स अ कॉन्फ्रेंस मीटिंग रूम वेयर वन इज स्पीकिंग एंड देर आर मेनी पीपल सिटिंग, सो यू जस्ट डोंट गो वेरी क्लोज एंड टॉक. You are standing here and talking to other people, and your fellow classmates are listening to you. So you talk to your colleagues, um, your subordinates, I mean, or managers maybe in the social space. And last but not the least, public space. Public space is when you are speaking to a larger audience. बहुत ही gap से अगर आप बात करते हो, you are on the stage and people are listening to you, then that is public space. So this bubble of personal space very very important. हमें पता होना चाहिए कि हर इंसान का एक बबल होता है और हम किसी के बबल में ना इंटरफेयर करें. दैट्स नॉट अ गुड वे, दैट्स नॉट अ गुड मैनर. सो स्टूडेंट्स, watch yourself and don't let anyone enter in your personal space bubble. That is your personal. Others can't enter in it. Mind it. Yes. Well, we are on the last slide now. I have spoken a lot about communication, verbal, non-verbal, paraverbal. I want to finally, इतना सब समझने के बाद में, I want you to write the names of 5 leaders और 5 people जिनका speech सुनकर आपको बहुत impactful लगा हो, जिनको सुन के आपको ऐसे लगा हो कि मुझे तो इसे और सुनना ही है, सुनते ही रहना है. Think and write. 5 best communicators as per you, जिनका speech सुनने का आपको मन करता है. You just want to listen and you can listen to them for hours and hours. Name such 5 personalities on the chat box. I'm waiting for you. Oh, sorry. Five famous personalities or celebrities. Name of those 5. Who have impacted you, who you think have, are good speakers. Thinking or written? One common name, I'm sure, would be of our beloved Prime Minister, Narendra Modi ji. Right? Yes, we all know that he gives a power-packed speech. His speech is so impactful. Most of the people in the world like to listen to him. Why? Because the choice of words he uses in his speech, the way he speaks, his body language, his dressing, the confidence that he carries, everything is power-packed and impactful, right? So, and many of you listening to me might also feel that you want to be one leader like him, right? Now, you can also think of some other leader whose speech is not impactful at all. And you will be able to find that he doesn't uses this verbal, paraverbal, non-verbal messages. Think of any leader across the world or any other celebrities. So as different people, I mean every person is different, you will feel that some people have a very very impactful and influential speech. उनको आप कितना भी सुनो, कितनी देर भी सुनो, कितनी बार भी सुनो, you would want to listen to them. In fact, you would want to repeat listening to such speakers because they use the word very wisely, because the content that they use is precise, planned, organized, to the point, and audience appropriate. This is the last tip that I would like to give to all of you, that आप कहीं पर भी बोल रहे हो as a communicator or as somebody who is communicating, you need to know that आप समझे what your audience wants और आप वो बोलें. अगर मुझे आज स्टूडेंट्स के साथ बात करनी है और मैं एग्जाम्पल सिर्फ ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स वाले दूंगी, हाउ इंटरेस्टिंग विल दैट बी टू द स्टूडेंट्स? आई थिंक इट विल नॉट बी वेरी वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. बट अगर मैं स्टूडेंट से बात कर रही हूँ और अगर मैं अभी डिजिटल प्लेटफॉर्म्स, सोशल साइट्स, ये जो भी कोरा, लिंक्डइन, इंस्टाग्राम, इन सब की बात करूंगी तो ऑफ कोर्स स्टूडेंट्स विल बी एबल टू कनेक्ट टू मी मोर, राइट? सो इट्स इम्पॉर्टेंट दैट यू नो what is audience appropriate. On this note, I take leave from you. You can put comments on the chat box, or you can ask questions if you have any. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Good evening.
થેન્ક યુ સો મચ મેમ. આજે આપણે જોયું કે મેડમે આપણને કમ્યુનિકેશન વિશે એટલું બધું ડીપમાં નોલેજ આપ્યું કે જેના વિશે આપણને કદી ખબર પણ નહોતી. ઘણું બધું શીખ્યા. મને પણ આશા છે કે તમે બધા આજે ઘણું બધું શીખ્યા હશો કમ્યુનિકેશન વિશે. તો મિત્રો, તમારો અભિપ્રાય જાણવો અમારા માટે એટલો જ વેલ્યુએબલ છે. તો હું તમારી જોડેથી આશા રાખીશ કે સ્કોપની જે આપણી વેબસાઇટ છે એના ઉપર ફીડબેક ફોર્મની લિંક આપેલી છે. તો તમે બધા જ તમને આ સેશન કેવો લાગ્યો, કંઈક વધારા કરવાની જરૂર છે બી કે નહીં, તો એ તમારી કમેન્ટ્સ તમે અમને આપો તો એ અમારા માટે વધારે સારું રહેશે કે અમે લોકો વધારે સારી રીતે પ્રોગ્રામ ડેવલપ કરીશું. તો મિત્રો, આ સાથે આજના દિવસ માટે આપણે આટલું જ રાખીએ. કાલે આપણે ફરીથી મળીશું આ જ ટાઈમ પર એક નવા જ ટોપિક સાથે. ત્યાં સુધી હું તમારા બધા પાસેથી હવે વિદાય લઉં છું. જય હિન્દ. થેન્ક યુ.